Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you 10 BMW M diecast models that are my personal favorites. The list was compiled based on my taste, so there will almost certainly be some models that aren't on it. Sit back, follow me, and enjoy the video. In my list, I put the M6 of the F12 from Paragon at number 10. Paragon is about on a par with Norev in terms of quality, but there is also a wide variation between models, some better and some weaker. The Paragon 6 series, including the M6, is in my opinion a pretty good choice if you collect more modern BMW and of course all opinable, unlike the later trend models. The ninth is the grandfather of all BMW. This is the E26 M1. This model was produced not only by Minichamps but also by Norev. Actually, both models are very nice, but I think the Minichamps is more proportioned. There are details where the Norev is better, but since I have both, I'm a Minichamps fan. As this is a relatively old but iconic car, the price is starting to go up, so I think it's worth getting now if you're missing it from your collection. In 8th place is a legendary V10 coupe, which I think is one of the most beautiful sounding 10-cylinder cars to date. This model was made by Kyosho and the quality can't be complained about. It has beautiful details. However, for those who are looking to buy one now, the very good news is that this model hasn't really gone up in price over the years like say the M5, so at the time of this video, there are a number of good used purchases to be found. In 7th place, a huge favorite of mine is this one from Kyosho, the E93 M3. The reason I didn't include the E92 here is because this model is a beautiful model with the years of operable roof mechanics. With these models, I say that Kyosho was at the top of model making here. Of course, the regular convertible also got this roof mechanism, so for me the E93 Kyosho models are in my absolute favorite category from this manufacturer. I highly recommend buying one. In 6th place is the E60 M5. This iconic V10 was available from Auto in both touring and sedan versions, but when it comes to sedans, the Kyosho is the obvious choice. The manufacturer has also released this model in Ring Taxi, which I think was a clever move by Kyosho. The price is significantly higher compared to the M5, which is understandable as the BMW E60 is a much more popular model compared to the 6 Series. In 5th place, I bring you a legendary model from the E46 series, the CSL. This model has been released by many manufacturers, for example Kyosho, which gave an alternative at about the same time. Then later on the resin line, Automobile came out with 2 rim variations and they were the first to release it in 1/12 scale. After the Auto, it was clear that it would be available in Solido's range at a fair price, and finally this year Norev thought to come up with their own. Of these, I think that despite the large range, autoart is the absolute etalon in terms of quality. Even though there is a wide choice, if you are looking for a M3 CSL you will find something for every price range. But for me autoart is the winner. In 4th place is a very rare and forgotten model. The Z4 Coupe is basically a rare car, but the M version is even rarer. I don't understand why Kyosho only released the M version. A regular coupe would have been in demand, as well as the M Roadster. The current second-hand prices are quite high, as it is less common than many Kyosho models on the market, but it is still a model I would recommend to any fanatic because it has very nice details. Third on my list is the E24 M635 CSI from autoart. My previous video also featured the autoart E24 series, but the top model has its place on this list. This model dates back to the golden age of autoart, a very heavy model full of beautiful details. Unfortunately, there is still no E24 of comparable quality on the market today, so the price is extremely high. The manufacturer has released it in several colors, the rarest of which is the dealer white version, which is more expensive on the second-hand market than the regular autoart boxed version. This is a model that I think is worth getting. The only question is whether you have the budget for it. In second place is one of my favorite 3 BMW from the E30 series, including the autoart towards the Sport Evolution and the Cecotto edition. The two models differ in small details, but the Sport Evolution has several accessories that the other M3 don't have, such as sport seats with Recaro and an Alcantara steering wheel. In addition, the two models have different rim sets and slightly different front bumper and rear spoiler. As with the Mercedes Evolution 2, there are two series of these models, an early and a later edition, which is clearly distinguishable on this model as the later edition has the new autoart round plexiglass box. The only flaw of the early Sport Evolution is that the small plaque at the bottom of the dashboard is unfortunately missing, but I believe this has been replaced on the second release. This is a beautiful model and the most beautiful E30 M3 ever to be released in a model, so I can only recommend its purchase to everyone. And that brings us to the top of the list, which is the E28 M5. I think this model is the absolute etalon of the diecast 1/18 scale M BMWs. The detailing is beautiful. My only regret is probably the lack of a small rear spoiler on the top of the boot. This can be found on the 1/43 scale model. The only alternative to the E28 M5 is the automobile resin model, but really anyone looking for this M5 will be looking for the holy grail towards autoart anyway. I've been looking for this model for years until I found one at a reasonable price, and this is the BMW model that if I had to sell my collection would be the last one. There are very few models as beautiful as this and the market has priced it nicely. There was a time when this model was available for under 50 euros, about 10 or 15 years ago. If I could only choose one BMW model, I think this would be it, so despite the high price I would recommend this model to everyone. This is the end of the video. Don't forget I'll be back next week with more content. Thank you for your kind attention. I'm curious to know your opinions. If you think so, please write in the comments section which is your favorite BMW model in your collection. Thank you for watching. If you like my video, please like it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you don't want to miss out on similar content, please hit the bell icon. See you in the next video.